Right now, the Nashville Zoo is trying to prevent a proposed AI data center from being built nearby. The zoo has created a petition on change.org. You can see here it's already received thousands of signatures. The zoo says it, quote, vehemently opposes a data center next to its parking lot. They say their top priority is to protect its animals and the environment. Neighbors have also raised concerns about pollution and how much water and power that data center would use.
So there's also a proposal to build a new data center at Fisk University. Right now, there are 27 data centers in the Nashville area, but there aren't any rules for where and how they can be built. The Metro Council is looking to change that with new zoning restrictions. A proposal passed on first reading Tuesday night. It would prevent these facilities from being built near homes, schools, and parks. Last night, McMinnville leaders passed an 18-month moratorium, and it temporarily prevents data centers and similar facilities from being built there. They plan to conduct various environmental impact studies during that time. Cedar Hills City Council also passed a 2-year moratorium earlier this week.